how to honor a man's heart without losing yourself. In case we haven't met yet, I'm Jess and I'm the sole founder of Life in Confidence. And here I have is my beloved.
I'm Rob Nugent. I'm a connection coach for men based in Tokyo. I'm currently in Adelaide with Jess.
And welcome back to my YouTube channel, Life in Confidence. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on the latest insight into trauma recovery. If you got any nuggets of gold from this conversation, please give it a like, comment below what you got from it, and share it with your loved ones who are in need of it, so many more people can receive this transmission. So, in this conversation, me and Rob will share from our perspective, personally and professionally, how to honor a man's emotion by coming from our heart. And I can definitely say for women, it's pretty difficult to do so because we're very strong in our heart energy. And what that means is because the way we were wired energetically, women and men are different. Women are very strong in their heart energy. It's a positive energy and it's a yang energy. So it's quite forceful. For men, it's a lot more harder to tap into it. Men have more of a negative energy when it comes to their heart. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. What I'm saying is it's more yin. It's more gentle. So it doesn't have that same level of force that women have. And so if you think of it this way, when men and women have an argument, women want to talk it through and men don't. They just want to go into their man cave and go into introspection because that's what they need to do to be with their heart space. Whereas women, because our heart energy is so strong, we have the strong desire to work things out instantly. And that's the same with our sexual energy. Women are negative in their yoni, but they're positive when it comes to their clitoris. And that's where there's a lot of energy there. There's more stimulation. But with the yoni, it's more yin and it needs more time to be more receptive. Whereas with the man, his genitals, his sacral chakra is positive. It's yang energy. So women can receive a lot of healing from a man's sexual energy when it's done in a contained and sacred way. Now, I would like to invite Rob to share his insights around how women and potentially men can support men to honor their emotions when something is showing up for them. And I'm speaking more from the perspective of a heterosexual relationship of a man and woman. And this is the content and the audience that the people who are tuning into my channel and my work are most interested in this topic of a heterosexual relationship. So, Rob, I would love for you to share your personal experiences with women or with myself, and also your professional experiences in how to support men being in their heart space.
Thank you. For me, the biggest thing that helps is to acknowledge the things that I have done for you. The whole masculine energy is taught about doing, having to do the thing. And that's what I've lived with growing up my entire life. Like, I'm valuable by what I do. So having that acknowledgement really helps fill my heart through a love language of like, yes, I've been doing the right thing and that I'm appreciated. I hear this a lot with men in my men's groups and in coaching, that they want to be acknowledged by their partners. There's so much that we do, even if it's maybe not seen necessarily, but it feels like a lot of energy that's being done, and having that be acknowledged is so valuable for me to feel that I'm being appreciated for the stuff that I do.
Definitely, because just to share from a personal experience, just recently for us, we were going through a breakdown in terms of how we communicate and express love to one another and how we receive it. And we express it in ways that we want to receive it, but it's not being communicated in the way that the other person wants to receive it. And so when Rob went away to a men's retreat and did his inner work, and as he was grieving stuff with me, the next day in the morning, I felt it energetically, even though we were in completely two different locations in Australia. And I woke up feeling a lot of sadness in my heart. And the sadness was about feeling resentful that I wasn't being acknowledged for what I've done for him and how exhausting it felt for me. And so that healing process wasn't to make Rob the bad guy. It was to honor my inner victim and to acknowledge Jess because I didn't feel or receive that acknowledgement. And so I need to cultivate that relationship with myself to bring that self-love back to me. And by doing that, letting go of the grief and the resentment, I was able to come back at a point of neutral. And then when Rob came back, we can both feel there was an energetic shift within us both and in the relationship. We were able to have a beautiful conversation where we could connect and to really be more intimate with our emotions with one another. So, Rob, would you like to share anything around that?
Yeah, my experience having the chance to go on a men's training weekend, men's retreat, I had a chance to clear energetically with Jess, and I recognized that how much it feels so painful to be criticized and nitpicked about little details after doing so much positive stuff. Hearing the nitpicking on the little details that comes is just heartbreaking to me. And in the clearing process, I realized that it is so heartbreaking because I end up doing it to myself because that's all I've been taught. I have to keep working perfectly and do all the right things, and any mistake along the way is like something that shows up so brightly, unfortunately negatively brightly in my psyche. So I had to recognize that it's really coming from within me, and even when Jess criticizes, it's something that's in me, but it still triggers that so much. So just to be aware for women in general, the criticism is so triggering and tragic to feel and experience.
Definitely, because a lot of us women don't realize the impacts that we have on our words. We think and feel that abuse comes from physical violence, but it's also the words that we use as well. And I remember co-facilitating a men's circle back in Sydney a few years ago, before COVID, and there was a male participant who expressed his pain around the abuse he experienced from women, and he was saying that it's like you can't win with women because, you know, if we're physically abusive, that's abuse, but if they're emotionally abusive, such as being critical or using words as weapons, you know, that's not considered as abuse because it's not inflicting tangible harm, but it is on the psyche. And he made such a powerful point that it's not just men, it's women as well that needs to take personal responsibility for the way we contribute to the relationship and how we engage and interact with one another. Is there anything that you would like to add to that, Rob?
I just appreciate being able to share this, and I definitely am curious what will come up in the comments around it. And I've seen it so many times in the men's group that men simply can't win at the arguments when the woman comes in with the criticism and stuff. It's so heartbreaking to experience that. So thank you for the chance to let us talk about it.
And I feel it's really important to talk about this because I work with a lot of women through my trauma work, and they have a common theme which I notice, and that is to play the victim card. And when we do that, not only we're dishonoring ourselves, we're also dishonoring the relationship and also our experiences with our man, and paint him as this perpetrator. And I'm not invalidating people's experiences of abuse here, but what I'm saying is that if we're playing the victim card, we need to take personal responsibility for our emotions, for our triggers, our negative thoughts, our insecurities and self-judgments that we're experiencing within ourselves, and projecting that into the relationship and onto a man. And so from the weekend, when Rob came back home, we were able to see each other from a place of neutral, because we both cleared our energetic transferences of the mother from both ends. I was transferring stuff onto him that I felt this deep obligation to be a caretaker for him on so many different levels. And that's where I felt this resentment of feeling burdened by all of these responsibilities that I put on myself. I put this unnecessary pressure on myself in order to show love, because that's the way I was conditioned with my mother. And Rob, it's up to you if you like to share your experience, your transferences with me.
It reminds me of one more. Somehow I've made it all the way to adulthood. Most of the time I didn't know Jess. Somehow I made it just fine. And so you don't have to double check everything I'm doing and make sure it's going in your way. It's going to be okay. And one thing I didn't say before, I'm asking, don't criticize. And so what you can do is acknowledge, notice what is being done on your behalf in the relationship. The energy of the masculine container is to hold that energy of the relationship, and stuff will come up, and that's fine, but also notice how that relationship is being protected by the masculine energy. Acknowledging that is so valuable to hear and receive. So thank you for that.
And so healing as well. And what I've learned being in a healthy, conscious relationship with Rob, which I have not experienced with other men, has been a massive game changer for me. It has really helped me to step up in taking personal responsibility and accountability for my stuff, and for him to share from a place of kindness and love, and to express it in an assertive way where I'm being critical, where I'm being judgmental, where I'm being too controlling and so forth. He helps me to bring back to my programming that I need to see myself with love in order for me to then see him and the relationship with love. And so what I want to share with women is that we don't need to fix men. The second thing is that we need to learn to hold space and not give advice, and allow men to come to their own conclusions once they have gone into introspection, into their man cave. Give them space to contemplate what showed up for them, and to give them insights for themselves to navigate what's showing up for them without a woman telling them what's showing up for them. I know I have a strong tendency to do that, especially being a coach as well. And I guess what has worked best for us, which is the third thing I want to share, which is also what Rob has pointed out, is to acknowledge a man's feelings. And the thing is, we need to come back to our hearts as women. to feel into that positive heart energy. Because when we use our positive heart energy, a man can receive so much healing from that. Now, I'm going to share with you a few things that you can do. If you struggle to be in your heart energy, then you just need some time out to just be with yourself as well. To bring love to that version of you that needs to be recognized, that needs to be acknowledged, that needs to be seen and heard and felt. And to clear the transferences from a place of neutral. Then you can come back into the relationship from a place of love, from a place of neutral, and share love. So if Rob has a problem with me, how can I hold space and listen to him and share from a place of love? Once I have listened to him, then I come from my heart as much as I can. Sometimes it's not easy, but I do the best that I can and say, Rob or honey or boo-boo, I hear you. I can hear that my criticism or whatever my habit was or behavior was not appropriate, or it was triggering for you, or it was frustrating, or it felt like it was shaming you. I'm sorry to hear about that. It was not my intention. And then for me, I want to get something off my chest just to clear the misunderstanding. So then I say to Rob, I just want to let you know, the reason why I said that, it's not because I'm saying it to hurt you or to shame you. It's because what you were doing, it was bothering me or frustrating me, and I couldn't be present with you in the conversation. That's why I couldn't listen to you. So I feel that has helped me a lot with Rob, to be in my heart, to acknowledge him, and to clarify any misunderstandings without blaming him by using I statements. I was feeling frustrated. That's why I interrupted you. I couldn't listen to you fully because I got distracted with you doing something. So by using the I statements in the beginning without blaming them, right, just being factual, getting straight to the point, no stories, will help you convey your message to the other person far more effectively, because there's no victimization or reactivity in the way you communicate. It comes from a place of neutral. The other thing that I found has helped is presence. Being present with yourself and being present with your partner. By being present, you can be in this meditative state. So for example, I was guided to spend the whole day with Rob on his Earth Day. Even though there were a lot of moments I didn't enjoy it, such as the long walks along the beach and it was hot and there was flies coming at me, I was feeling really frustrated. But then we had a bath together and I started to massage his feet after I felt calm and safe in my body to do so. I brought this meditative state by massaging his feet, and he felt good. He enjoyed the pressure, the touch, because I was in this meditative state. Now, Rob can tell a difference when I'm in my head when I'm touching him. It feels rough, it's uncomfortable, he tells me to slow down. And that's what I've learned with my connection with Rob, is his feedback, and to keep implementing the feedback as much as I can. And the biggest thing that I've got from this is to be present. When I'm present with him, I'm in my heart. I'm in this meditative state. He can feel me fully. It's a very nurturing, intimate, sacred, and healing experience for him. And so when a man can feel a woman's heart, which is bringing back to my point in the beginning of this conversation, when we come back to our hearts and we use our hearts wisely, as a form of healing, and it's through touch, being conscious in the way we connect and touch, by being conscious and the way we communicate. You know, Rob, I hear you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for carrying the groceries for me. Thank you for carrying my bag along the beach for me. So coming back to our hearts, and for him to receive that helps him to come into his heart. So this is why it's so important for women to keep connecting with their hearts, because we've got so much heart energy, so much love to give. It's already there. It's our positive energy. Whereas with the man, it's negative. So they need a woman to open up their hearts and to heal their hearts, to become more vulnerable and more emotional and more safe with their feelings. They need a woman to be a healthy role model to do so. And a man has a positive sexual energy and a woman has a negative sexual energy in her yoni, that a woman can heal so much from a man through his sexual energy, when as a woman we need to learn to connect more and more with our womb and our womb wisdom. And by using lovemaking as a way to heal our womb and what we've taken on from the patriarchy and our ancestors, having conscious lovemaking with a man who comes from his healthy sexual energy, that desire to serve us, can be so healing and transformative for a woman as well. Is there anything that you would like to share, Rob?
Yes, that we've been learning how the masculine and its physical and sexual giving and offering. I love carrying her bags, and I love hearing that she appreciates it, and it helps me give so much more lovingly, not just in the sexual energy, but in the physical, using the physical body. And there's a cycle created that I can be of service within the physical, and she can be of service, but it's unconscious almost until I've learned what's happening, that the heart energy is like, oh, and I feel that. Wasn't even conscious that that's what was happening, but it allows me to do so much more support for Jess in the physical world. So it's an amazing, beautiful cycle of healing that we've been learning about recently. So, yeah.
And the key takeaway that I've learned for myself is that when we are present with ourselves and with one another, it helps us to regulate our nervous system as well, because it relaxes the body. So for example, me and Rob, we're touching each other's thighs and hands right now on this video, and this helps me, and I can just share from what I'm feeling, it helps me to be grounded as I communicate my messages to you. It helps me to feel relaxed and to just be in the flow and in the moment in this video with him and with you, and to feel more in my body and his body as well. And so when we are present, we can use that meditative state through touch, through energy, through our words, to relax ourselves and to relax our partners as well. And when he experiences that, he then transfers that energy back to us, where we receive that relaxation. And when we relax, then we can go deeper in intimacy, in whatever way, shape, or form that may be. So Rob, is there anything else that you would like to share from your end, or from the perspective of men running men's circles for over a decade? Is that right?
Yes, over a decade. My book talks about this a lot from this perspective of just the masculine. The second book is about the relationship that comes up, but the masculine energy having so much importance, being about self-care and using that physical energy outward, but also inward to take care of the self in the masculine. So I wanted to also share that even if one is not in a relationship, this type of self-care can work and is so important.
Definitely. And it makes such a huge difference in the relationship as well. So I highly recommend find ways to practice being in a meditative state as much as you can. I'm not saying 24/7, but do as much as you can to feel into your own presence, to slow down, to pause, to pay attention to the sensations in your body, to pay attention to what's going on in your environment, and to come from a place of neutral and to bring that into the way you communicate with your partner, the way you connect with your partner, the way you touch your partner, the way you make love to your partner. You will notice a massive shift in the way you feel within yourself and from your partner and in the relationship. And as Rob mentioned, Rob has a book called I'm Fine, which is about emotional awareness for men over their 30s. And Rob, if you like to share just a brief summary around that.
Yes. It's targeted to men over the 30s. My experience has been that men below 30 are like, yeah, I got this, can take on the world, can do everything. And around age 30, it's like, oh, hang on, maybe I need some support. So the support ultimately comes from within. And my book talks about the essentials of emotional awareness, to really know what's happening inside and to model that we have emotions, even though we don't really talk about it much in society. Men have emotions. They have a purpose in our lives. And so I've written a book called I'm Fine that is a guide / my autobiographical stories of my failures and successes in emotional growth through my life.
I highly recommend. I've read it myself. I purchased the book. I purchased the book and gave it to my brother. And this book is a must read for not just only men, but for women to understand men, what they go through as well, and to understand the perspective of the way they navigate their emotions and Rob's healing journey. I highly recommend it. I think it's a must read for men and women who are ready to do the inner work, especially within themselves and in their romantic partnerships. So if you like to grab a copy of Rob's book or to connect with Rob and myself, you can check out the links in the video description. And any final words that you would like to share, Rob?
I just want to bless you on your journey. When you're attracted to this type of content, there's the spark inside you that knows which way you need to go forward. Trust that spark, trust that heart. You're doing beautiful work in the world. So thank you, and thank you for being here.
And if you have anything that you would like for me and Rob to share on this channel, please comment below any topics, and we would love to create content around that while he's with me in Adelaide for 3 months. So please comment below if there's any topics that you would like me and Rob to talk about. And may this video, this transmission, this content, this information, these insights serve you, your healing journey, your partnerships, if you are in one. And if you're not in one, may this serves you in your future partnerships. May you be the light that's in your heart.